Hey guys, James Mason here from Our Build. Today I'm going to give you a little demo on the new trimmer tool here from Makita. This is designed for trimming out certain things in gyprock. At the moment you'll see behind me here I've got a doorway that we've just sheeted over. So I'm going to show you how this works for trimming that out. It also comes in handy for things like power points, if you want to trim out around a power point, or certain lights and things like that. I'll give you a bit of a close-up in a minute, but it's got this little spindle tool on the end of it. It's got a flat surface on the end, and then it's basically got these router marks down around the bottom there, which cuts the gyprock. So up the top on the tool you've got an adjustable guide here. It allows you to either take that off altogether, probably wouldn't be recommended unless you need to get into a tight spot, or you can wind it all the way back, and you probably get a good, I'd say 25 to 30 mil depth of the cut there, and you can adjust that right out. Let's fire it up. You can see in a couple of spots it does tend to want to run away a little bit on you, so you have to hold it tight against the guide that you're using. Because it's spinning, it tends to want to go off on the direction that it's actually spinning out. Quite easy to just do this freehand if you wanted to cut a little hole in a sheet. Handy for that, so if you had a template, if you're doing downlights, you could probably make up a jig where you could run this around the actual jig and you could cut out perfect holes for downlights. Other ones would be where you've got your power points. Normally there'd be a bracket in behind the wall. The only thing you'd have to watch is that you don't do it while there's any wiring in there, because it could be dangerous. You actually chip some of the wiring or hit some of the wiring with this stuff. But if it's a blank plate and there's no wiring behind there, you could use it for just trimming out. Example. Another one would be if this is up on the ceiling and you've got to do a patch, like say there's been a hole punched in the wall. The benefit I could see of this is if you just set this just at the 10 mil and you've got this against your wall and you don't know if there's any, say it's an existing household, you don't know if there's wires or anything behind it, just set it to that 10 mil depth and just use that to then cut around. Like say there's a hole like that, someone's punched a hole in the wall, you need to go patch it, you need to go trim it. That's a pretty rough freehand version, but yeah, you can just use that to trim around, make the hole bigger so you can do your patch. Okay, so the board's up. I'm going to cut off the off cut, and then I'll cut out this light switch with the little trimming tool. So let's have a look. So that's pretty simple. Now here's the mark for the light switch. So there you go, as simple as that. It's followed the bracket and it's made a perfect cutout for it. Alright, so there you go, you've seen the cutout tool in action. I've demonstrated how to trim around doorways, cut off the ends of sheets of gyprock, trim around for patching holes in plasterboard, and even things like this, trimming around the inside of a light switch bracket, or for even a power point bracket, it come in quite handy. So all in all, great little tool, pretty handy. It's lightweight. The only weight you're going to get from it is the size of the battery that you decide to put into it. I believe they're looking at bringing out some new tips as well too. Some use maybe for tile cutting, so they come in quite handy if you're doing a trimming around a a light switch inside a bathroom for tiles. They're also looking at putting some dust extraction onto this as well too, which would also come in quite handy if you're doing a lot of overhead work, patching ceilings and things like that. That'd be quite nifty. So yeah, handy little tool. I think it'd really suit guys who do a lot of maintenance, a lot of patching, a lot of repairs. Saves getting out the hacksaw or the hole saw and trying to punch through gyprock. I think it's quite clean, quite easy, and just speed and convenience. Great little power tool, so highly recommended. Thanks for checking out, guys.